Hello guys, take two on how to reduce side effects and improve outcomes while on semaglutide and or tirzepatide weight loss medications. I'm hoping this take will be a better audio, okay? All right, what are these drugs? Semaglutide, tirzepatide. These are GLP-1 class of drugs, and why do we use them? Mainly for weight loss, also for diabetes type 2. So at the end of the day, we're trying to reduce insulin resistance, which causes weight gain. And or if untreated, it can exacerbate to type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance, what is it? This is when, this occurs when your cells, like your muscles, fat, and liver do not respond well to insulin, which is this hormone released by your pancreas, and you can't easily uptake glucose from your blood. Glucose can't enter the cells easily, and it builds up in the blood, right? Which is kind of what leads to diabetes and or just high blood sugars, okay? Then what do? We gain weight, get obese, and the whole thing, right? So here comes semaglutide and tirzepatide drugs, which are amazing. And these are once a week sub-Q, meaning in the fat injections, and they gradually help the body develop insulin sensitivity. This is what we want. After a couple weeks, usually after about 4 weeks of the initial loading dose, not even the therapeutic dose, just the loading dose, which is about 4 weeks, we notice that the food chatter in the brain that makes people want to snack and eat larger portions of food tends to quiet down. When this chatter goes down, we eat less, obviously, or at least we eat less of the unfavorable foods, the high carb, easy carb foods, and this is how the body fat percent drops. An added bonus, obviously, as the body fat percent reduces, is a reduction in overall body inflammation. Then there's a lower cholesterol level, LDL. You want it at about 100, triglycerides under 150. So we do see that, eventually after being on this drug, maybe 4 months, I see that. A reduction in waist circumference, which is great. That's a classic sign of a reduction of insulin resistance, okay? So there's a better blood sugar control, so that dangerous fat that builds around the waist drops. And then obviously the client also feels better. There's an improvement in mood. They have more energy. They can exercise better now. They sleep better. Their self-esteem goes up, okay? Now, there are side effects on this drug. Abdominal discomfort, okay? So usually, especially the following day after you inject yourself, there's a bit of queasiness and a little bit of nausea. Some people feel that and they don't like that. I just, let the client know and, anticipate this is going to happen, okay? And it's okay. It goes with the territory. And it's usually the first injection of the increase in dose that you feel this. Constipation, here's another one. It's just another side effect of these drugs. I see it more with semaglutide than tirzepatide. So sometimes if this is an issue, I'll switch the patient to the tirzepatide form. Fatigue. And there's two things. First of all, just the decrease in intake, especially of simple carbs and sugar, which is the easy way that the body likes to use for energy. It's easy. So when you reduce intake of that, then the body is like, okay, so I'm going to have to go burn this fat for energy. Doesn't like to do that. So there's fatigue with that. Number two, when you burn these fat cells and they shrink in size, they do tend to dump any toxins, fat soluble toxins that may be in them. And that goes into the lymphatic system. And if you're not clearing well, especially because of the constipation, then you will feel sluggish, you will feel tired, and some people even feel a little flu-like sometimes. So this is why we need to encourage moving of the bowels and, some antioxidants, which I'll discuss in the next slide. Okay, muscle wasting. This is where you can actually lose muscle. This one's not cool. So I really strongly encourage a protein shake while you're on this medication, and also a little bit of weight training to prevent this happening, and eating healthy food. So a protein shake and some good healthy food to help protect your body from going into burning muscle for energy. How do we prevent some and or all these side effects? Number one, get a good lab panel drawn, right? Before you start this drug, get a good lab panel. Most physicians will do this: CBC, CMP, a lipid profile, hemoglobin A1C, which is the glucose thing, fasting insulin. Some I encourage to check a full thyroid panel. When I say full, I mean not just the TSH and free T4, free T3 is really important, because when this number is low, I do notice that clients don't tend to lose the weight at the same rate as those that have a decent free T3 level that is about 3.5 or above, okay? A low vitamin D as well, you'll notice more fatigue with this. So make sure your vitamin D level is about 40 to 50 nanograms per DL serum, right? Low ferritin, this is a sign of low iron stores in the liver. You don't want it under 50. So if any of these three levels are low, I recommend that the client wait a month or two and head start taking these supplements and increasing these levels before actually starting on the medication. If they already have started the meds and we're doing these labs retroactively and we're like, oh my gosh, you're low, especially in vitamin D, free T3 or ferritin, fine. Go ahead and fix it anyway while you're on it. It'll be better in another month or two anyway. This is the big one, abdominal dysbiosis. So usually, especially in the United States, because of the pesticides in our food and because of glyphosate chemical in our food, people do have a lot of dysbiosis in their intestines, meaning the probiotic, the good bacteria is not there or it's not enough. So a good probiotic is important, and then eliminating processed food from your diet. So the least processed diet you can eat, fruit, vegetables, as organic as you can, as non-GMO as you can, is the best way to go. Even before starting this medication, a good probiotic, I prefer taking one at bedtime so it doesn't have to compete with any food at night where you sleep. Do all this in preparation before starting the medication. If you've already started it, fine. Better late than never. Filtered water with electrolytes. So hydration is huge, of course, because the body will be detoxing. We want to support that liver, and we want to support those kidneys. So 24 ounces minimum of filtered water with an electrolyte tablet in there, or a little electrolyte sachet put in the water would be great. Now, a protein shake. This is just from my observation with patients. To prevent muscle loss, I do encourage an organic, maybe vegan protein shake. And on top of that, add the veggie or fruit powder, the green and the green powders that are organic, non-GMO, and the fruit powder, a scoop that have low sugar, add to the protein. Because what I have found is when clients are on this medication, sometimes some of them just don't eat. And they like not to eat because it's for the first time in their lives that they haven't felt this urge to keep eating all the time. So they're like, cool, I have all this fat to lose anyway. So, then they won't eat. But your body still needs healthy nutrition to function. So at a minimum, get this protein shake in and put this veggie powder in it and the fruit powder in it. And mix it with almond milk if you need to, or water. Avoid dairy if you can. Exercise. You're thinking, I'm losing weight, why the heck do I have to exercise? To move the lymphatic system in your body. You need to move. If you don't want to walk outside because of weather or the heat, whatever, you can get a rebounder at home, and jumping on that helps move the lymphatic system, also just for energy purposes, and you feel better. I've also seen on social media, on TikTok anyway, when you had it in the US, this vibrator pad that they would have, so you can stand on it and you can do your hand weights, tricep, biceps, while standing on that little vibrator pad. And it does a lot for your lymphatic drainage, and also in increasing the value of the weight training that you're doing right there in the comfort of your home. And then walking. It's good for your mental health and also moving that lymphatic system. I also encourage my patients to do squats at home. Start with 20, 30, then 40 squats, maybe 3 times a week at home, to help with, your glute muscle, and your hamstrings are some of the biggest muscles in your body. So work those to prevent that muscle wasting. Supplements, like I had mentioned earlier, vitamin D3 plus K2, a B complex every day. It helps with energy and liver detox. Magnesium, a trimag, that meaning it has the 3 magnesium salts in it. At bedtime helps with just detox of the body, and also with the constipation problem. If your ferritin is low, under 50, an iron supplement, 25 milligrams with food every day. And if that causes constipation, which it does for a lot of people, get the plant-based blood builder version of it. An extra bonus here is N-acetylcysteine, which becomes a super antioxidant in your liver called glutathione, about 500 milligrams a day. Really helps with the detox part of this journey. Special mention here, dairy, especially cheese. Just don't eat it. Something about this cheese and these medications causes a lot of GI discomfort while on this medication. So please skip it if you can. Fried foods as well. You will notice a lot of GI discomfort after eating this and you're on this medication. I ask my clients to avoid it altogether. Sleep, 8 to 9 hours. Again, a lot of metabolic work going on in your body. Sleep so that the body can repair after this work that it's going through. And finally, I think this is the most important part, emotional healing, especially for emotional eaters. Those of us that eat because of unhealed emotions, now that we don't have that option, where is this going to go? So these emotions are going to surface. Lean in. If you need a therapist, get one. Walk, talk, journal, script, whatever you need to do to process these feelings so that when you're done with this medication, we don't go back to eating our feelings back again. All right, that's it. See you on the next one, guys.